Okay, going to talk about the exam and what we've got to do. So there is the transmission and reception of messages in class with the SailCork tutor, me. So what we're going to be doing for about 2 hours is we'll be transmitting all the types of messages and receiving them. A mayday, a pan, a security message, a Tango Romeo message, a ship-to-ship message, a mayday relay. And they're in your book under Polaris and Happy Days. So half the group are going to become Polaris, the other half are going to be Happy Days. So what I'd say to you now, guys, between now and our next class, read through that section. I'll give you the pages in a minute. And write down next to it in pencil what you think they are, what type of message you think they are. And I'll be explaining in our next class how to write them into the log. So that's the first part where you're going to be helped along. It's going to be a tutorial session, but we hand up the logs, and the fact that you have the logs filled in will give you the marks to pass that one. We would ask you to have your writing as good as possible so we can understand them. Okay, then there's the written exams, and our written exams, they last for 30 minutes or 20 minutes. Now, very few people are going to take that long to do them. You have plenty of time to do the written papers. And you have 2 sample written papers, page 23 and 24. So we want you to read the notes first, then attempt to do the questions without looking at the notes, and then give a go at answering all the questions. And you will be asked by the tutor at the next lesson. The first tutor, Anthony, will be asking you and involving the whole group. So please make sure you do that. Right, so where are we? Okay, the written exams. Yeah, they're the written exams and they're the pages for them. Right, the oral exam, a 15 to 20 minute chat with the department examiner. And he is very nice and it is a relaxed session, but he'll be asking you how to do certain things with the EPIRB and the SART and using the DSC radio. And that'll be covered in our next session. So the sending and receiving of messages, page 23 and 24, Polaris and Happy Days. So have a look at them. You can write them out in shorthand if you want to, but we'll be giving you time to do it in class. You'll be learning to hold the microphone in the right place, which is just about 1 inch from the mouth, not out here like this. And some people think then that this guy is held like this. No, it's not. Again, it's 1 inch from the mouth. And that's going to be quite important. You're going to be logging all the messages, and you'll be using 1 line per message and handing up the log. You'll be speaking clearly and loudly. It's very important that you'll speak loud, and we'll speak more about that in class. So your sample exams are page 21 and 22. Complete them in writing before the next class, obviously having read the notes first and trying to answer the questions without looking at the notes. Correct your answers then by looking at the notes, so you have hopefully most of the answers right when you come into the next class. You'll be asked to give the answers in the next class. Again, the oral questions on the radio set, changing channels, power output, etc. You'll be asked about the EPIRB, the SART, Navtex, and there may be a question on batteries. Right, there's 2 forms in there. On page 25, there's a form to be filled out for the Department of Transport. This needs to be witnessed. It can be witnessed by anybody, your nearest and dearest, or somebody sitting next to you before class begins on Saturday morning, but make sure it's filled for the next class. The form will be presented to the examiner, so you hold on to it. You don't hand it up to us at all. It's for JJ, along with the 2 passport photographs and your passport so that he can see who you are. On page 29, there's another form. It's for us in SailCork. So we have your details so we can keep it on file so we can give you any advice or help that you may need at a later stage. Right, so we had a good look at the radio. We've spoken about the portable radio. We've spoken about aerials. We'll be looking at the the SART and the EPIRB. We've spoken about batteries. We'll look at the Navtex. So we've covered a hell of a lot of stuff this evening, and you will have to revise it tomorrow. Right. Our start time, registration will begin at 9:15. It is really important that you're there on time. We'll be there from 8:30 onwards, and Joe will send you on the postcode so that you'll be able to accurately find the place. We'll be breaking for an early lunch, and we'll only have about a half an hour, folks. Your lunch, we would advise you bring a packed lunch. At 12:15, we begin the longer afternoon session where there's revision, and we begin the oral exams with JJ straight away. So I'll have most of the group while one of the group will be in with JJ. And he's kindly allowed me to supervise the rest of the exams while he examines people individually. So we'll have the oral exams continuing, the sending and receiving of messages, the general regs, the SOLAS exam. Like this one is 30 minutes and this one is 20 minutes. And nobody has taken that long. So we'll get them finished in time. We try to have the exam results within a week and the cert within 2 weeks. Okay, to remind you, page 25 for the Department of Transport, it needs to be witnessed, presented to the examiner. It's not for me or Joe or for Anthony, it's for JJ in the afternoon, along with your passport. And we advise you to keep them all together. Probably in an envelope will be the best way, because we've seen people lose the photographs. We've seen people forget bits and pieces. So I'm saying again, the form filled out, the 2 passport photographs, and your passport. Another form then for SailCork, page 29, and your sample exams are in 2 different papers, 21 and 22. Get them completed. So SailCork will send you a set of online questions as well, which we'd ask you to answer. And the more prepared you are, the quicker we can go through the information on the course, and the quicker the course gets finished.